Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of The Fishing Teacher, and thanks for swinging by the channel to check out today's video. And guys, today I want to talk about how do you decide between a jig or a worm or a creature bait if you're pitching and flipping. You know, how do you make that determination on the lure selection? Because it's sometimes all of them can work at the same time, but sometimes one's better than another. So I want to give you my thoughts on how I select worms, soft plastic versus jigs in today's video. Also, guys, for get started, a quick thank you out there to everybody that's taken time to go into my tackle warehouse link and use that description or use that link to purchase your tackle, guys. If you're one of the viewers out there that have just taken time to bookmark that link, and anytime you need some worms or fishing reel or something like that, you use my link. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Me and my family does. Anything you buy, the channel gets a small percentage of the profit commission on there, so that's a big help. And also, guys, thank you very much for everybody that's taken the opportunity to book an on-the-water lesson with me. If you're interested, just go to my Facebook page, Randy Blaukat Professional Angler, and shoot me a private message for details, so appreciate that. Okay, I'll tell you what, guys, last week's a prime example. I fished that tournament up at Truman Lake, and I stayed with the jig the whole tournament. I mean, that was the deal. I had jigs, my confidence bait. My partner wound up catching some fish on a brush hog behind me. And there was a lot of different things you could do. It's like when you're flipping and pitching shallow cover like I was flipping anything in the water, docks, lay down trees, rocks, pieces of metal, just anything I came to, I was flipping and pitching. And how do you make that determination of if it's going to be a plastic or a jig or something like that? Okay, first of all, if the fish are positioned to be caught flipping, if they're around shallow cover, there's not just going to be one bait that catches them. You might, just like that tournament I fished last week, guys, I literally probably could have got bites on a worm, a creature bait, a beaver, a tube, a brush hog, several different types of jigs. I probably could have got bit on about anything I threw. But you have to get something to get confidence in, and you have to isolate something in terms of getting the number of bites you want to get or the size of bites. So here's sort of my determination with it. Okay, first of all, I don't have any type of a water temperature or water clarity rule on a jig. It's like I've caught fish on a jig literally 12 months out of the year, and I've caught fish on a jig in 4 inches of visibility of water and 30 foot of water visibility and everything in between. They will bite a jig anytime, anywhere, under any water conditions. So that's one thing to remember. And a lot of it's true for soft plastic, although the soft plastic doesn't seem to be quite as productive like in colder water for whatever reason. It seems like you get more bites on a jig. So here's how I make my determination. A lot of it depends on what my expectation is for the day. It's like if I want to go out and try to get a lot of bites, or say, for example, it's a tough fishing, like say the lake gets a lot of heavy fishing pressure and the lake is notoriously a little bit stingy, that's usually when I go to a soft plastic bait. Some type of a smaller soft plastic bait, like a small creature bait, or a smaller worm, something a little bit more downsized. I just get more bites in a situation like that. I have noticed a direct correlation on lakes that have the amount of fishing pressure that a lake has often dictates whether it's a soft plastic or a jig. Most of the time, if I'm on a lake that I don't feel like the fish are seeing a lot of lures, I almost always go to a jig. But if I feel like the fish are getting pressured and they see a lot of lures, I go to soft plastics, because soft plastics gives you a lot of color diversity and a lot of lure profile size diversity that you can't duplicate with a jig. So that's number one thing with it. Another thing with the soft plastic lure that seems like it works pretty good is it's a little bit more versatile day in and day out, in terms of if you just go out there like with a creature bait or a worm or a tube, the bass seem to be in more of a mood more consistently to bite a Texas rig soft plastic. But to me, it's like the bass have to be in a specific mood or a specific behavioral pattern to bite a jig. I have found in my own fishing, they either really want a jig or they don't want it at all. It's like there's no in-betweens. It's like you're either getting some good bites on the jig, or it's hard to get any bites whatsoever. And the soft plastic is a little bit different. You can almost always ground out a few fish on a soft plastic lure just by switching up profiles and colors and that type of thing. So a lot of it is what you have confidence in too. I happen to have a lot of confidence in a jig. A lot of people don't. A lot of people struggle with jig fishing, and they haven't caught many fish on jig. So I get it. I understand that, you know, soft plastics, you know, maybe they're easier to get bites on, so you got more confidence than that. But overall, like anything else, you're looking for like a, you know, a definitive explanation on this. And to be honest, guys, I can't give you one. It's like, you have to experiment to see what the bass want. That's the reality of the situation in a lot of bass fishing, is that you have to try something until you hit on what may be working better one day over the other. And I'm the first to admit, I get locked in probably too much, because I get locked into thinking, well, I got the color jig they're biting, and nobody else has figured this out. And then I get my feelings hurt because somebody behind me in the boat catches something on soft plastic that I never thought would work. So once you get into an area, let's say, for example, you're pitching and flipping your favorite bait, jig, worm, creature bait, whatever it is, and you're getting a few bites, like you're consistently getting bit, this is the time you want to experiment. If you're getting some bites and you know the fish are there, there's not a better time to change up a little bit. Try different profiles, try different colors, try different weights on your soft plastics and your jigs until you hit upon the one that you feel is what they want. And then once you do that, that's when you have to bear down and just focus on that one bait, whether it be a jig or soft plastic, and just spend the rest of the time making accurate presentations and just focusing on getting bites without worrying about the lure so much. So anyway, guys, hope that helps you. Hope it explains a little bit more, and thanks for tuning in. We'll check later.